This is the TimmyBago, and he and I have a love-hate relationship. I love the fact that he's taken me all over Europe to festivals, the Rugby World Cup, and even all the way to Tunisia in Africa. But I hate the fact that he's broken down almost everywhere I've been, such as France, a remote Scottish island, and Montenegro. I now had to trust him with a 2,500 kilometre journey from Andorra all the way to Bulgaria, and he's been grumbling about it for some time. Will we make it? Come on, TV! You can do it! Will he get better or worse along the way?
New dashboard lights come on.
What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, that's a shocker. Welcome to Gran Valera in Andorra. Just had an amazing day skiing. Check out the last episode for that. But now, me and the TimmyBago, we've got a long journey ahead of us, and bless him, he has been unwell. It is 2,500 kilometres from here in Andorra all the way to Bansko in Bulgaria. I'm going to tell you what's wrong with him as we go along. I'm just hoping we make it. It's going to be touch and go. And it is Monday evening now. What time is it? 5 o'clock. I'm hoping to get as many miles in as I can tonight, because my first goal, the first important step, is to get into northern Serbia, which is outside of the Schengen zone. So I need to be in Europe for as little time as possible because I'm running out of Schengen days. Just hope we get there. Okay, let's go. Okay, we've got a tunnel taking us into France. Oh, looks like we're paying for things. Hello. Hola, bonjour. Gracias. Adios. Ciao. €8.10. Right then, tunnel time. And then soon, France. Always fingers crossed. And that was it done. I believe we're now in France. This whole Schengen thing, there's no official evidence that I was ever in Andorra. Like, they didn't stamp a passport or do anything when I came through the border, and leaving as well. So I guess if I get challenged on this at some point, I'm going to have, well, I've got evidence. I've got bank receipts. I've got, proof that I was spending money here every single day. I've got photographs. So I wonder if it'll come down to that. Interesting. Or maybe not. Border crossing was just a little bit further down the road. Passport at the ready. Where am I stopping? Well, as you were. I think they've all clocked off early or something. Anyway, onwards into France. Okay, péage. Typically, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. On this trip, it's going to be péage all the way, because I want to get there as quickly and as directly as possible. Got it. And onwards. All right, and here's the problem, folks. Dashboard lights, 3 of them. And I know what you're thinking. Why don't you take it to a garage? Well, I did that already. You see, this is not a new problem. It first happened about 10 days ago on my way to Andorra, and I've driven it like that for about 5 hours on the way there. Took it to a garage in Andorra, and they reckon there's something wrong with the turbo. But the thing is, it doesn't make sense to replace the turbo. The van's not even worth as much as it would cost to replace the turbo. It's done over 240,000 miles. I was going to put it out of its misery later this year anyway, so what to do? Stuck in Andorra. I could try and drive it back to the UK to scrap it there, but I figured it's driving okay. It's driving fine, really. Why not just give it a crack? I've got European roadside assistance. Hopefully I won't have to use it, but as long as it's driving fine, keeping those fingers crossed. And I've already booked in to my favourite place in Bansko for 2 months and paid for my ski season pass as well. So I feel like I've just got to give it a crack. What do you reckon? Let me know in the comments down below what you would have done. However, this air has got a beautiful shower and I need a shower. So I'm going to get on with this and then hit the road again straight afterwards. And the last piece of the puzzle is I've actually got friends and family scheduled to come out and visit as well. So let's crack on. Alrighty, 11 p.m, 2,191 kilometres to go. All's well thus far. I couldn't have hoped for more, really. We've knocked off over 300 kilometres tonight, which makes, in theory, it makes it possible to do it in the next 2 days, assuming he behaves. He's been very good at the moment, very happy, still driving well, averaging like 90 kilometres an hour on the motorways here, which isn't fast, but it's fast enough. That'll do. So, gonna get some sleep now, and then we'll be straight back at it in the morning. Okay, that was a long péage. Let's see what the damage is. 32.20. Actually, not as much as I was expecting.
So, part of my tactics were to draft behind the large trucks to minimise wind resistance, and it was on this stretch that I found this truck from Bulgaria. For a short while I wondered whether I'd be able to draft it the entire way, but then he turned off at the next exit. Drat.
Alrighty, good morning. Lights still on, they go off when you turn the engine off, but come straight back on, well, at some point down the road. It is 20 past 11. There are 2,012 kilometres to go, and so far he's being okay. There's no change, performing exactly the same as he has done yesterday and ever since all these lights came on. One thing about the lights though, he goes into limp mode during that phase, which for motorway driving is no problem, because I can easily keep him at about 90, 100 kilometres an hour, as long as you're not going uphill too much. It's on shorter driving where you need acceleration or you need to go up steeper hills. That's where limp mode becomes a bit of a problem, and you just have to manage the gears. But as things stand, we're still doing okay. I'm going to try and drive as much as I can today. So this is just going to be a brief stop, get myself a coffee, use a loo, and then we'll be back on the road. So yeah, you see, coffee purchase by the way. So you see the lights go off again. They reset every time you turn the engine off. And actually that other light, the engine management light, that's reset at times before as well. But they'll come back on again within 5 or 10 minutes of driving, depending on how fast I'm going. So tactics are to just try and drive as efficiently as possible. So that means not getting the revs too high, just staying in that nice zone of efficiency, not accelerating too fast, going slowly up hills if you need to in a lower gear, all these kinds of things. So we'll see. Still a long way to go. Buongiorno, Italia. Benvenuti at Italia. 2 p.m, 1,812 kilometers to go. A couple of other things that I should tell you about. So I did some research online, and there's lots of things that can go wrong with the turbo. So you're looking for obvious things like, can you hear it whine? And is there any adverse like smoke coming out of the back? None of that's happening, so that gives me confidence. Another thing that people mention is that if there's something wrong with the turbo, then you might start seeing extra fuel consumption. That's not happening. It's all about regular. Or you might be burning oil. None of that's happening either. I checked the oil before I left, and I'm going to do it again tomorrow morning once the engine's cooled down to just make sure. But none of those potential turbo signs are showing at the moment. Another reason why I'm hopefully quietly hopeful that we'll get to Bulgaria. But for now, we're just into Italy, and that's just a nice little milestone to get over from France into Italy. But what it also means is cheaper coffee. So let's go and get one of those now.
No.
Alrighty, let's get back at it. Got about another 400 kilometers I really want to do today if I'm going to give myself the best possible chance tomorrow.
And in all the worst case scenarios I thought about, none of them came close to what I witnessed next.
Oh, that's a shocker.
Well, another thing that's like part of this like digital degeneracy trend is like online dating and like all this kind of like stuff in that realm. And I do think there's a lot of room for like positivity in that space too.
People go out.
People who
Whew. 6:45 p.m, 1,467 kilometers to go, and it's time to refuel. Oh, and let me tell you, after Andorra, and the last time I fueled was in Andorra the day before I left, and man, fuel is so cheap there. This feels like daylight robbery, but it's got to be done. Okay, 750 odd kilometers done today, just a bit more to go. I've actually got a decent amount of energy in me, I think. Although we didn't make it this far because one of these massive trucks decided to just pull onto the motorway. Sometimes they've got little laybys here in Italy, and you see loads of vehicles just pulled up in these laybys, but there's no on-ramp. Like there's no way of just getting on to up to speed in time. So we had there was no screeching of brakes, but there was a lot of anchors being put down and flashing lights and all that kind of stuff. Fortunately, everybody reacted really well, and yeah, disaster was averted. So thankful for that, and I'm definitely giving I drive safely anyway, but I'm giving everybody extra space and time now as a result of that for sure. Onwards for a little bit, because it's going to be dinner time soon, so I'm just going to smash on another maybe an hour, maybe not even that, and then we'll see what we can find for grub. And we have gone up from near the coast in Genoa up towards Milan, and now we're across near Brescia, heading towards Verona next. And it's got quite cold actually. We're quite close to the mountains now, so maybe that's why. It is 7:30 Tuesday, and there is 1,413 kilometers to go. New dashboard lights come on, and it means water in the fuel filter. Check the book, and that means that the best course of action is to turn it off, turn it back on again, and if it doesn't come back on, then it's cleared whatever fault was there. So we're going to go and get some food. This is a classic Italian service station by the look of it, although it's very small, but it's an auto grill. Jerry Spring Air. Right, let's see if this light has cleared, because that is one extra stress we don't need on top of everything else. Yes! Okay, that sandwich was delicious, but I feel like I've still got some more driving in me, and the more I get done today, the less I have to do tomorrow. And I've still got energy, got some Coca-Cola, some food, so that's all good. Let's see where we get to. Hopefully another hour. Come on. Well, the light came back on again. And do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do exactly the same as what I did with the other lights. I'm going to ignore it, because I don't think there's anything to be done. We'll get there or we won't. And although today has gone about as well as I could have hoped, it's now 9 o'clock, so exactly 12 hours after I set off today. 1,327 kilometers left to go to Bansko in Bulgaria. I am still very nervous. Underlying, anything could develop from those lights. Any other thing could go wrong with this van, because let's not forget, I've had to limp all the way home from France with it. I was broken down in Montenegro for a month with it, and I had to get a new alternator in the Isle of Lewis and Harris in Scotland with it. So I'm going to, I think this is a good spot here. Quiet out of the way. The motorway's right there, but I quite like the drone of the vans and the trucks as they go past. Might be a little bit too close. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to try and get a good night's sleep. And we've got about 730 kilometers to go tomorrow to northern Serbia. And that is the most important next step, because I need to get out of the Schengen zone as soon as possible. See you in the morning. Good morning. 8:45 a.m. Wednesday morning. 1,327 kilometers to go. Let's have it. A.m. Tuesday morning, 1,226 kilometers to go. All the dashboard lights are back on, so that means I'm going to try and figure out how to clear that water and fuel thing. This is how often I know this. I know it's page 51 already. Okay, here. Vehicles with a diesel engine. Water and fuel indicator. It will illuminate if there is excess water in the fuel filter. Drain off the water immediately. If the lamp comes on after draining the water, this indicates a fuel filter service is required. Well, I actually had the fuel filter changed back in Andorra, so it can't be that. Okay, so how do we do this? Page 134. Vehicles with a diesel engine. Okay, so it just looks like there's just a drain plug at the bottom of the fuel filter. We just need to turn that a couple of times and let the water drain out. Let's give it a crack. Right, that's it in there. Can't really see in there. Let's do one of my clever magic tricks. So I think it's that thing on the left, just there. Honestly though, I'm not sure if I want to just be messing with any of that. I'm going to go inside, have a coffee, check YouTube, see what it says. Okay, did some more research in there, and everything seems to indicate that it's going to cause long-term issues rather than short-term. So I don't see him lasting all that much longer. So I think I'm just going to wing it. Sensible, I know. But there is one more thing that we need to sort out here, and that is the fact that we are about to drive through Slovenia. And if you didn't know, you need a vignette to drive on the highways highways, motorways. I'm English, not American. On the motorways in Slovenia. I found this out the hard way, as I accidentally went on the highway there earlier this year. I got stopped just before the border. They took my passport off me, made me pay the vignette, absolutely fine, but also fined me 150 euros. So don't make that mistake, otherwise you'll get stuck with your passport held hostage in Slovenia. So I'm going to get that vignette sorted now. It costs about 20 euros, I think, and you can just do it. You can just do it online. So very easy, very simple. 20 euros is for a week, by the way. You can get monthly or annual ones as well, I think. I only need it for an hour or two, basically, but week is the smallest that you can get. So I'm going to do that now. There we go. But don't forget, today's target is the Serbian border, and that is 592 kilometers away now. Let's go. And you're probably thinking, why Serbia? Bosnia and Herzegovina is actually closer and quicker to get out of the Schengen zone. Well, unfortunately, this boy doesn't have roadside cover in Bosnia. So Serbia is the next best solution. So that's where we're going. 592 kilometers to go. Welcome to Slovenia, and we're up in the mountains. There's snow, look. Call the snow. We're up at 500 meters here, and I've thought all morning that the old boy here has been struggling a bit more today than he was yesterday, but I think it's just because we've been hitting the hills. Some of them were quite steep, and in fact, when we got to the top, coming over the ridge here, it was very thick fog. Like, you had to be going about 40 kilometers an hour for safety. But we're on the way back down again now. We'll be heading past Ljubljana soon, and then off into Croatia and hopefully Serbia. Let's go and get some lunch.
Anything else?
That's all. Thank you.
Cash or card?
Card, please. Yes.
Take a vlog.
Yeah, for YouTube, yeah. Thank you. It looks amazing. I've got to say, the food in this service station is the best I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's we make it all
Yeah, really.
ourselves.
Yeah,
My friend.
yeah.
All. She make all of that.
It looks incredible.
Yeah.
It's so good. I'm sad
how it's
I sad I only want the sandwich.
What's the name of your channel?
Tonic's World Tour.
You can.
Oh yeah, okay, that's the easy way.
How many subscribers?
Not many. Like 400 or something like that. So.
Yeah, I follow you now.
Legend. Thank you so much.
Enjoy your sandwich.
Yeah, good man. Have a good day.
Bye.
Oh, how cool was that? What a nice guy. And that food, unbelievable. If you go in there and have a Burger King, it needs to give your head a wobble. What they've also got in there, though, is a shower. So I'm going to go and take advantage of that right this second. Douche. It is not big in here, as you can probably see, but it is roasting. Not quite sure what that is on the radiator, but that radiator is booming out heat. Now I've taken my shoes off, I can feel that the floor is heated as well. Go Slovenia. Honestly, too good. It's actually too hot in here, I'm sweltering now. That was a great shower. Oh my God, I feel $1 million after that. That was amazing, a great shower, and it is now 1:30. It is 1,089 kilometers to Bansko, Bulgaria. But most importantly, today's goal, 456 kilometers away to Serbia. Going to be going through Croatia to get there. We'll probably have another stop on the way, so I'll see you there. Banging. Hello, Croatia. And as these kilometres click down, 280 to go now to Serbia, I'm weirdly getting more and more nervous. So much more skin in the game at this point, just you made it this far, it'd feel cheated to not make it from here on in. Well folks, 4 p.m, 229 kilometres to go to the Serbian border. Oh, I'm getting so nervous now. Just feels like I'm overanalyzing every engine noise, every little shudder that happens, which, because he's old, he shudders a bit. I think he's still running well, but like I say, I'm second guessing everything. I'm just gonna have a quick break here and then we'll be on our way again, hopefully, to get to the Serbian border this evening. Google Maps is saying 2 hours and 9 minutes. It will be longer than that because I'm definitely travelling slower, but hopefully not too much longer. Might be there before dark. Long-time viewers of the channel will know that I tend to collect currency from wherever I go. I try to spend it all before I leave, but typically I don't. So, these are kunas. And I've got quite a lot here. And in my raggedy old wallet, I've got some notes as well. If you watch the Plitvicka Lakes video from last year, you'll know that kunas are no longer legal tender. They still hold value and they can get exchanged for euros, but you have to go into one of the banks or whatever. And I can't be bothered to do that. So, these kunas that I've got, they're going to be left here for somebody to find. A nice little Easter egg. And while I was going through my wallet, I found these as well. This is Serbian currency, so we've got something to hand as soon as we get there. Fingers crossed we do get there. Kilometers to go! 100 kilometers to go! Okay, one last stop. 48 kilometers to the Serbian border. I'm pretty tired. I need the loo and I need to get a SIM card. And what I do, because my UK plan doesn't extend to Serbia, so I use Airalo. And I can just go on there, search for a SIM card by country, Serbia, choose the amount of time that I'm going to be there, how much data I want. So I'm going to go 15 days, 10 gig, £13.50. Buy now. And go straight with Apple Pay. Boom, boom. That's done. Order's complete, and it is a 2-minute job to just download that onto your phone and get it started. So as soon as I go across the Serbian border, I will have data on that, and that is winning. It may be more expensive than you get for a local SIM card, I'm sure it is, but the convenience is just so worth it. Code in the description if you want to join up for Airalo or use them as a service in the future. This is not sponsored, but I get a little kickback, you get a little bonus as well, so get on it. Right, let's finish this stop off and then get on our way to hopefully Serbia. We're so close now, so close, so close. By the way, these are cool. All-in-one Dyson tap and hand dryer. Never seen them anywhere before. Okay, Serbia, here we come. The last stretch. The last bit of this stretch, anyway. Okay, payage for driving all the way across Croatia. Let's see how much this costs. Oh, actual human interaction going to be on this one. Oh, yeah. 28.20. I mean, I would say it's good value, but the roads in Croatia are terrible. Next stop, the border. All these trucks queuing up to get through. Such a ball ache. Starting about 3 kilometres from the from the border, these trucks. I wonder how long they're waiting there for. Alrighty, you can see the gates up ahead. Passport at the ready. Looks like that one's open, even though it's saying it's shut. I don't like doing this. If they've got no cameras up, I'm going to say, see you after the other side. And we're in Serbia! Yes! Now, interestingly, the girl at the passport check there was like, where's your declaration? I was like, I didn't really hear what she said. So she repeated it again, and then I was like, no, I'm sorry, I actually can't hear you. And then she said, oh, you need to go and get in line with the other trucks, which I did hear. I was like, oh, no, this is a camper van. One quick check in the back, and she was like, oh, good, no problem, passport stamp, done. And we've got another check here now as well. So, oh, God. So I'm going to turn this off and get back to it. See you on the other side. Okay, we are now officially in Serbia. Of course, had to do the Serbian passport check as well, and I am on my way into Serbia. All those trucks on the other side as well. That must be the worst bit about that job, I reckon. And talking of the terrible roads in Croatia, Serbian roads are amazing. Okay, major milestone achieved. Well done, my boy. Well done. Very proud of you. Now, why it's important to get into Serbia as quickly as possible, it's because it's non-Schengen, and I've been banging on about Schengen, and I've realised with conversations with my friends that not a lot of people actually fully understand this. Now, as a Brit in Europe, since Brexit, we're only allowed to spend 90 days out of every rolling 180 in the Schengen zone. So that is a lot of Europe. It's the vast majority of Europe, and more countries are joining every year. Recent additions include Croatia and Bulgaria, a place where I used to spend a lot of time, but spend less now as a result of it being in the Schengen zone. But I'm booked in there for the best part of 2 months coming up soon, which is why I need to pay attention to my Schengen days right now, which is why I've sprinted across Europe to try and get here as quickly as possible. I'd have loved to have stopped and spent more time in France. The weather looked amazing in the French Riviera there. Through Italy, Slovenia is just a beautiful country. It would have been great to spend some time there. But alas, these are the cards we're dealt, so we're getting on with it. Great to be in Serbia now. I am going to go and find a park up in the nearest town that I can find. I'm going to go and find some wholesome Serbian food and probably a good belly full of pivos as well, and we'll rejoin this journey tomorrow.
The light the following morning over the river in Sremska Mitrovica was absolutely spectacular. I ponied up and hit the road.
Look how beautiful this light is. So pretty. Two and a half weeks later. Welcome to Belgrade. This is the Danube, would you believe? And after getting over the Serbian border, I just needed to stop and relax. I didn't need to be in Bulgaria for 2.5 weeks. So I spent about 12 days in a small North Serbian town called Pčinci, looking out over the farm fields. Got myself settled in there for a load of work. And then for the last 5 days, I've been here in Belgrade, on the banks of the Danube, floating in a little houseboat hotel, just like that one there. It's been magical. Really relaxing by the river here. And just over there, around the corner, that's Kalemegdan, which is a massive ancient fortress. But the time has come. Bulgaria's tomorrow, which means we've got to get moving again. Will the TimmyBago make it? Will he get there? We've got about 540 kilometres to go to Bansko. We're only going to be doing about half of that tonight. It's 300 kilometres to the Serbian-Bulgarian border, and that is the target for today. It's going to take about 3 hours, so let's get on with it. Okay, one last fill up with fuel before we get to Bulgaria. Fingers crossed. Dobar dan, diesel. Economy?
Diesel.
Yeah, that.
Cool.
Full. It is freezing today. Whew. 193 dinars, about £1.40 something, I think. Oh, it's pretty decent.
What is there?
About 8.
8.
8.
Okay, cash card.
Card.
Thank you.
Hello. Whew, right, back on the road. Oh, it's so cold. Oh, actually, before we get going, for some reason, I'm getting more and more anxious the closer we get to Bulgaria. And one of the reasons is the dashboard lights. So I fixed that with gaffer tape. Now I can't see the dashboard lights, so everything's good, right? Oh, well, that was actually quite hard work in the end. Lots of snow, very dark. Some of the higher passes were, not covered in snow, but getting that way. And we are here in Pirot, I think is how you say it. And it is the last mid-sized town before the Bulgarian border. So, let's have a look. We tap in Bansko now. Directions. There we go. Who knows if you'll be able to see that. There you go. There's the border there. Pretty damn close. Sofia, down the road, Blagograd, and then in. And it is giving me 231 kilometres, roughly 3 hours. 231 kilometres to go. Oh my word. I'm getting so close now, I can almost taste the Perinsko. It's 7 p.m. It feels much later than that, and it's cold, hence all the snow. But I am going to get myself wrapped up, go into town, find myself some nice food and a couple of beers, and then we're going to leave here in the morning to head to Bansko, Bulgaria. So close now. Good morning. Snowed a bit last night. It's 240 kilometres to go to Bansko. It's about a 3-hour drive. Getting so close now. Let's get the TimmyBago warmed up and hit the road. Always starts. Such a good boy. Come on, good boy. Just to show you how cold it got last night. This is water that came off my shoes when I got in the van. It's frozen to the floor of my van, but I wasn't cold. Just decent duvet. Actually, it was just duvet last night. I got a sleeping bag in here as well, if required, but it wasn't needed. Just get like nice warm bedding, packed in nice and tight, snug as a bug. Okay, this van will be warm up soon. And actually, one other important thing to note about Bulgaria is you need a carnet, you need a thing, you need a whatever it is. You need to pay for the roads, basically, which you can do online. bgtoll.bg or something like that, I think it is. It's not that expensive, about €7 for a week, I think, something like that. So you don't want to be getting caught by the police. We are on the road, not far to the Bulgarian border.
You are alone, huh?
I'm alone yet.
Hey, James, 2 meters. Oh, he opened behind.
Perfect.
Okay, well. A camper. I reckon.
Thank you, mate. As usual, a quick 2-second look in the back, realise it's a camper, and then we are on our way. Let's see if it's just as quick and easy getting into Bulgaria as it was leaving Serbia. Like, you can buy the vignette here as well, actually. Hello.
Where are you going?
Going to Bansko.
Okay. For how long you're going to stay in Bansko?
About 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Yeah. Here's the registration. Here's it.
What is this?
It's a camper van. Thank you very much. Onwards. Hello. Pirot.
What is the purpose of this here?
I am skiing.
What is
It's a camper van. Ciao. We are through, and by pure coincidence, it is exactly 200 kilometers to go. Look, 200 k's to Bansko. I'm not sure if you heard that, but because this is registered commercial vehicle, classification like M1, I think he said, he wanted me to go up through all the customs thing. Well, he said next time do that. No way I'm doing that next time. The queue is massive, and at every border point, literally as soon as people see it is clearly a camper van, they're like, fine, it's a camper van. So 200k, still fingers crossed, still fingers crossed. Under 100 kilometers to go. The road's really bumpy. Digga, 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 digga. There's the ski slopes up there in the cloud. 2.4 kilometers. I think we're going to make it. There's the river. Bit of skid in there. Right. This is hopefully where we're going to park. Just there. And we're going to have to go in a little bit faster, I think. Oh my god. Oh, we made it. From Andorra to Bulgaria in limp mode. I mean, I got more confident, I think, as time went by, but the anxiety was still there. I didn't want to say it till now, but I'm pretty sure it's just a sensor failure. I think the sensor's gone. So it thinks there's something wrong with the engine when there really isn't. Oh, what a relief. I've got to say as well, actually, my little bits of tape there really did help with making me just forget what I was doing. There we go. Well, we got this far anyway. So 6 weeks here in Bulgaria. So excited. There's so much snow. Gonna try and ski almost every day. Stick around. Hit like and subscribe, because I'm going to show you all about it. I'm going to show you what the skiing's like. I'm going to show you what the co-living's like, that I stay when I'm here. And I've even got friends and family coming as well. So I'll be able to show you what a newbie thinks of skiing in Bulgaria. First timers on the Tonics World Tour channel. Okay, I'm going to go and sleep. Peace.